up with a lyric for that one, huh? What happened? Oh dear. What happened? Everybody, somebody, get help. Something bad happened. I'll go get help. You stay here. What a tragedy.
Fucking boring as fuck. Sasha, I'll tell you what. Have a Merry Christmas. You too, Gaga. Thank you. I hope you're feeling better. And everybody here, I hope you're having a good holiday. Or will have a good holiday. Welcome. I'm building a storage facility. Actually, I saw something where a doctor said that you shouldn't do that. Like if you see a baby in a crib, you don't. It's actually bad to go coochie coochie. That's actually not good. You're not supposed to do that. Like you're supposed to talk to him like you would talk to him. You don't sit there and go fuck yourself or anything like that. But you just talk to him like, hey, what's going on, baby? What's up? You know.
Crystal, why are you giving me a lap dance?
Hey, Sylphie. Hello. How are you?
You got the stream audio up. Look, I'm gonna make him drown. You wanna see him drown? Oh, you can breathe underwater. Oh, you fucker. You're doing amazing. What does the word tick mean? Tick is like, you know, Tourette's is when you say or do something like.
Good evening, sir. Doing well, thanks. And you play piano, 1 hour on the bike, did some errands, not too shabby. You're getting like no name. You're answering my questions before I ask them.
And it's not her doing it to be funny, it's just that her brain is wired in a way where, I mean, they don't really know why. Correct. Oh, he gets. Do they eat meat?
I have no idea.
Let's see. Let's give him some. Let's give him some greenies. I don't want to give him good stuff. You want pork chop? Oh, they love it. Hello. Oh, they're mating.
Yeah, I know, Sylphie. It's okay.
We got another puppy.
It's okay. I have
You can name that one Charlie.
I had a day.
Is he already tamed?
I have a story later on. I told Evie I would tell her on stream because it's too much to type.
The bones in the chest. I didn't know it was. I didn't know that's how it worked. Now she knows how to.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But it was. I felt like punching some things a couple times. I don't like being tricked. And that's kind of what this involved. Did I what? I had some last week. You had some last
You're
weekend.
gonna steal stuff from me? I don't think so, buddy.
Tricked or
You're not
tricked.
lying.
Like trick or treat. Punch
here.
something. No, I didn't
You're
punch
sorry.
anything. I
We'll
felt
see
like
how sore you are. Cut you bitch.
it's kind of a long story thingy, but I'll try to keep it short. So a few days ago, I got texted. So the client that I worked with today on the phone, I also work for her husband on the side. So I do work for her, which is one company, and then I do work for her husband, who's a civil engineer. And it's all kinds of nepotism there. You know, they got their sons, they got their daughters working there. Everybody works at the for the husband. one daughter flips between the two, the husband and the wife, or whatever. So earlier in the week, the daughter needs me to log into her, needs me to AnyDesk into her new computer that she just bought to set up the OpenVPN and the shares so she can log in on her laptop or whatever and get to the shares over the VPN. So I told her, okay, whatever. And I knew it wasn't important. So I'm like, it'll have to wait until whatever. So I set a day aside, a time aside, all that. So then I got a text from her mother yesterday. Oh my God, I think I deleted something. It's an emergency. Can you log in tomorrow and I'll pay you extra. Just I need a few hours tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So I put aside something else. I said, okay, pick a 3-hour time frame, and that's the hours you get. She picked a 3-hour time frame, 12 to 3. I said, great. So 12 o'clock came along. She's like, oh, why don't you do the work for my daughter first? So that's how I mean sneaky. So because I wasn't doing the thing for her daughter right away, she snuck that in. And now that fucked me up because she thinks that it's just a matter of me going to AnyDesk and clicking some buttons and it's done. But it's not. I have to go into the NAS. I have to create an account. I have to do all this shit before I even talk to the daughter. So now I'm left fucking like cobbling shit together. And then on top of it all, she's not even at the office. She's at her house. And I'm like, and it's some shitty Wi-Fi. So every time I click, it takes 20 seconds before it registers. And I don't have, because she's not at the office, the NAS isn't there for me to get the client zip file, which is used to connect to the OpenVPN thing. So now I got to do all these fucking weird transfers from my computer from the NAS to my computer, then my computer to her computer to do it. And it wasn't connecting right away because she's using Windows 11 and there's something with the TLS cipher that I have to fucking fuck with in order to get it to her. So it took an hour, what should have took 10 minutes. If they would have just waited until tomorrow or whatever, it would have taken 10 minutes. It took an hour to do it. That's a smart cousin. The safety inspector kind of. It's like people can't even comprehend that we're going to. Well, I made a time. I made a time frame for it. Oh, Evie. What the fuck? Thank you, Evie. Thank you for the sub. So that was that. So I finished. So I had told her, and it was funny because I think the daughter was spooked because I started bitching at the daughter, and I'm like, I don't appreciate this, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. And she's like, oh, and I'm like, it's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. Cause I've known, you got to think, I've known these people. The daughter I've known since she was like 6. So this is not like. This is just some strange client. These are people I've known for a really long time. And I texted the mother. I said, you guys are sneaky. And I lol, LOL. And then the mother texted me back and said, well, for your I'm here. I really do need you. It's as if to respond to what I said to the daughter. And I said to the daughter, oh, you texted your mom? She's like, huh? I'm like, you just texted your mom what I said to you. Yeah, so basically that happened. And so I finished with her. I let her know that's not your fault, blah, blah, blah. We're good and all that. She's like, okay, thanks. Finished up. So, okay, now here's the other part. This is separate from that. So these people, this woman is this lady, the mother. She is. Let me see what you got here. What did you send? These people have. She's an accountant. She's like a really high-paid, fucking big deal kind of accountant. So they don't use. She doesn't use. She used QuickBooks Forever. I don't know what that is. It's a bunch of. Oh, this is your boy. That's adorable. That's funny. That's the poker thing. So, okay. So Evie could probably appreciate this because she does. So they use QuickBooks. They used to use it. She wants to use it, but her partner moved them to this thing called UltraTax. And it's okay. So I hate QuickBooks. QuickBooks is a bloated piece of shit, but it works and it looks nice. At least it looks decent. It may be bloated, but it looks modern. You know what I mean? And it's got support. Like if you have a problem, they may upsell you if you're using an old version, but if you're using a present version, they will support you, and there's plenty of information out there. So this UltraTax thing is a super complicated fucking super proprietary thing, and it costs about $12,000 a copy. Okay? So instead of buying it, they rent it from this company, this little shitty company in California that does VPSs. They like do these virtual servers for tax people. And their servers suck. They're really slow. They're underpowered. They're shit. And she tried to get her partner away from it and let me handle everything and put stuff and make better and make it local so it's not shit and slow. But she's got, I like this guy and whatever. So they're attached to that over there. So yesterday, remember I told you she had said that she had deleted something and lost files. Well, she asked me, she goes, okay, so I'm like, well, what files did you lose? She goes, oh, they came back. She goes, let me explain what happened. She goes, do you know those little when your icons on the desktop, they get little green check marks? I'm like, yeah, that's when OneDrive syncs to the fucking cloud. Oh my God, she goes, you made me so happy that you knew that. This guy, and this is talking about the guy they're paying 10 times more than they're paying me in California, he didn't know what it was. So he deleted everything on my desktop to try to stop the check marks. And he spent the whole day bringing back the fuck, because I didn't. So he basically brought all the icons back, however he did it, whatever. And I showed her, I said, look, there's a little checkbox. If you don't want to see the little green icons, there's a little checkbox in the fucking, and I showed her, for one. For two, it's just OneDrive fucking syncing your desktops to the cloud, to the OneDrive thing. Now, this guy is running a company where he's got tax people on his servers with super sensitive information. They've already had a breach. They've already had a fucking data breach, and she had called me and said there are people who are complaining that when they tried to file, are already filed. So somebody got into the system and this and the other. So it turns out they got into the system. She calls me and she goes, "What?" And I'm like, "What are you calling me for? Call a fucking lawyer." Because the first thing they started to do was to send out emails, to the fucking clients. And I'm like, "No, you don't do that. I mean, that's nice that you're doing that. You have to inform them, but you have X amount of days for one. For two, you have to have a lawyer write that shit. An accountant is not a fucking lawyer." Oh, that's a good point. So it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, not anymore. And I'm the dumbass. I'm the fucking dumbass. Yeah, that's how not only how that's how you get sued, that's how you lose your fucking accountant fucking privileges, your licenses, or whatever the fuck they are. I mean, there's things you have to do. Yes, you have to inform people, but you have to do it in a certain way, and you have a time limit to do it. And if you jump the gun and you just start telling everybody, hey, your data got leaked, and it didn't, you're going to cause yourself more pain than you need. And you can't just tell them, hey, we lost your data. Sorry. No, you have to have a plan. You have to have a thing saying, this is what we plan to do about it. This is what we put in place. This is the thing you can contact us. Blah, blah, blah. I know they're here. It's called designations. Yeah, right. If you're a dumbass, what are they? Like back to... Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah. So I sent her my fucking bill and she doubled it. She knew. She fucking knew that I was pissed. And she's like, thank you so much. You made me very happy. Blah, blah, blah. Here, I gave you a little something. And she doubled what I charged her. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Well, here's the thing. I give her a pretty good deal because she's doing my taxes. So she's very expensive. Like, I normally couldn't afford her. So she's doing my taxes pro bono. So I could charge her a lot more than I do, but I don't. I give her a reasonable deal. I charge her and like I said, these people I've known for a very long time, so. Yeah, I did. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't that it wasn't the worst experience I've ever had, but. Very, very frustrating, nonetheless. So now, basically, I just proved how incompetent this company that they're using is, because I know this lady, she's always constantly simping for me to her partner. She's constantly saying, why don't we let him do it? Why don't we let him do it? So I think this is going to be another thing where she goes, that guy didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and damage came in 5 seconds. He fucking knew what it was and fucking showed me. Not that it was anything too I was like, look, your husband would have known this. I'm like, and her husband is like, she makes my mother look like Bill. He makes my mother look like Bill Gates, technology wise, and it's like, he knows what that is. When he sees little green things on his icons on his desktop, he understands what that means. And this guy is in IT. He's the head of IT. He's the head of the company, and he doesn't know that? He deleted everything on your desktop to get rid of a fucking check mark on the icon. How does that even fucking happen? How? It's like, oh, all my QuickBooks, they have a different icon. I'm going to delete them. What the are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, and that's the other thing so next week that's what I'm going to do for her. I'm going to set up, because I told her, I said, because she goes, all the girls in the other room, all their desktop icons are like that too. And we didn't do anything. And I'm like, probably a Windows update. I'm like, but you have to stop that because it's using OneDrive Personal, which is non-compliant with this. You have to have compliance to, when you do that stuff, you can't, when you have social security numbers, you just can't use OneDrive Personal. You have to use a business, which has, SOX and, FINRA, compliance stuff, all that kind of shit. You can't just do that. Well, it's like, it's kind of like guaranteed. Yeah, it's redundant too. So yes, it's probably the same encryption, but it's redundant. So if something happens, and it's monitored probably. I just got raided an hour ago. All right, I'm staying up. They're coming from every direction now. This is a problem. Yeah, being raided big time from 2 directions. Might want to show you. That's probably a good idea. Just a thought. It was a good thought. It was a fine thought. It looks like they're bugged out again. Here goes. Okay, here goes some of them. Get him, Chase. Chase don't fuck around. You like the pre-show scene? Look at Chase's fucking teabagging the fucking dead body. Alright, that's enough, Chase. Chase eats him up like yeah, Chase is... Evie's a badass too. Last night I had to put Evie away a couple times early because she kept killing stuff too quick. Evie's no slacker. Oh, they're running away. I think. Oh no, they're coming back. They don't know how to get in. Eventually they'll just go away. Yeah, they're going away already. I tried this today. Plays shitty on mine. Not worth buying it, sadly, if it survives Nintendo's legal team. Yeah, I remember you saying that it runs like shit on a thing. I read another article from a legal expert, and he actually thinks there's no merit. He says that the thing is, it's not, nobody's confused. When you play this is what he's saying. This is not what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. But what he's saying is that when you play this, it is not Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon said they're looking into it, but I saw that too. But this particular lawyer says there's no mixing it up. Like, if you're playing this, it's not Pokemon. You know it's not Pokemon. But that doesn't mean he's right. But that was just, he was saying that there's really there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. But that doesn't mean Nintendo can't bring it to suit and waste money and time. That's what I thought too. Like, there's likeness somehow, but to prove a case, it's way hard. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can say, well, they look alike. Okay, well, yeah, we saw what they look like, and we made our own that looks like that. As long as they didn't flat out take game assets out of the Pokemon game, import them into here, and then change them, that would be a different problem. That of course, that's what I don't know. Like, maybe they did do that. Maybe that's exactly what they did. In which case, there's going to be experts on both ends that are going to go, well, here we have the mesh assets for this, and look, it's exactly the same thing. In fact, there's a little smiley face we put on this line, and look, it just so happens to line up with this smiley face that's on their line, and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And it's going to be like, oh, yeah, you can't deny that. Also, this game functions completely. Yeah, that's what this lawyer was saying, is that you can't mistake this. Nobody's going to play this and go, I'm playing Pokemon. No, you know it's not Pokemon. Plus, to get the game published, it has to pass legal checks, which it already did. Survival, way different. Yeah, and guns. Like you were talking about Temtem last night and walking through the grass to get a battle happen. That's Pokemon, exactly. And Temtem's lasted. It's not worth $44. I know I'm bringing that up again. But it is not, it lasted. Yeah, facts, yes. But, of course, none of us here, at least I don't think none of us here are lawyers. lawyers are going to lawyer. And if there's money to be had, you got to think from a lawyer's point of view. A lawyer isn't necessarily going to go, we can win this case. They're going to go, can we bring this case before a judge and get paid for the time that we're doing it? I don't care if we win or lose. We're still getting paid. You know what I mean? There's still that. And somebody's going to have to pay for that. So it's either going to be Nintendo or it's going to be this company. This you can play multiplayer Pokemon. You can't. Nope, I'd be way Witcher if I were a lawyer, but for sure I hate my. Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Remember, I don't know if you've ever seen that scene where what's his face gets on the Tucker Carlson show when Tucker Carlson was on CNN, and he tells him to stop hurting America and why don't you come work for us? And he's like, how does it pay? And he's like, not very well, but you can sleep at night. Jon Stewart, yeah. Yeah, Jon Stewart was like, come work for us. We need you. We need somebody who's convincing. And he's like, how do they pay? And he's like, not very well, but you'll sleep at night. So I like how he's like, you're hurting America, and I've come here to ask you something. Stop. Yeah, stop. Just stop. He's like, how old are you? 32? And you're wearing a bow tie? And he still got, from Fox. I mean, he knew it was going to... Fox did that to save their own ass. He sadly came to Canada. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, that's what you get for sending us Justin Bieber. Preventative measures, yeah. He was costing him more than he was making him. Him and Peterson, the premier of Alberta, all got to. Oh God. That must have been a hell of a party, huh? Did you, are you serious, man? I thought the mandatory beaver meal would have put him away out of Canada. There's a mandatory beaver meal? Have you, Sylphie, have you ever, and I'm only asking, maybe you've seen it, but I suspect you might have seen it, because it probably comes up on your feed. There's Elton John donated a piano to a train station in the UK, and there's a YouTuber, an older guy, who plays the piano in the middle. Do you know who I'm talking about? Did you see the Chinese? Yeah, that's the one, Sophie. That's the fucking one. So he was on Piers Morgan, and I was so disappointed because Piers Morgan is just Fox News in the UK. But yeah, I mean, I kind of, without being too... Okay, so yes, I felt he was a little racist, but at the same time, that dude was antagonizing. Yeah, nobody likes Piers Morgan. I mean, basically on Piers Morgan's own fan channel, I put Piers Morgan as a clown and I got a bunch of thumbs ups on his fan channel. So, I don't think his mom even, yeah. So it's like, but yeah, I was wondering if you saw that. Did you see it, Evie? All right, hold on. I think Asmongold was kind enough to clip it. All right, here. I'll try to skip through. So look. So here's the story. This piano is Elton John's piano that he donated to this mall or whatever this place is. Train station, mall, fucking bus station, whatever. And this guy who's sitting here, the guy in the black jacket, this is what he does on YouTube. He comes on here and he plays this piano, and he's really good at playing the piano. So he's playing this, and this old guy comes up and starts playing it too. I'll skip past this. So they're playing it, and they're doing their little thing and all that. And so back here you see these Chinese tourists, and they're smiling and listening to the music. And by the way, I think I know why everyone thinks I have a dungeon. This woman's name is Evie. She's gonna tour her dungeon. I'll look in a second, I promise. So there's these Chinese people over here listening around, and so finally they approach. So now you got to watch this, Evie. So.
Oh yeah.
Did you film us all of us in your cameras?
So she's basically asking about the cameras. She's like, "Are these cameras?"
No, are we allowed? We're not allowed.
Yeah, so
We're not allowed.
you're not allowed because we're for Chinese TV.
Oh, okay.
This is non-disposable.
It's not disco.
There's no reason. That's our choice. That's our right.
Oh, so it's not a legal thing.
It is a legal thing because
Yes, you can. Yes, and
This is heavily edited, by the way.
in the UK, it's a free country, and anyone can film.
image, right?
Not in public. In China, but we're not in China.
No, I have my choice. I don't
No,
want
but
my.
we are in Britain.
So this guy on the right, he is a right winger, okay? But he's right. He has a right to play the piano and film there. He's completely right. Whether I agree with his politics or not, I am completely on his side. And these people from the CCP, in their country, you can't do that. You're not allowed to record people in public without their permission. Okay? But they're not in China. So what he's saying is can be construed as racist because he's like, well, you're communist because you got a communist flag. Okay, fine. But it's still, he's right.
Great Britain, we're not in China.
So now watch what happens. This is the part that's coming up that's really fucked up.
British. I'm also British, okay? I'm
you
also
said
British. I'm also British, but I don't want to use my
You've
image.
got a Chinese flag there.
it doesn't matter.
Show me the Chinese flag.
Why you're touching her? Stop touching her! Don't touch her, please.
touch the
Do
flag.
not touch her. Please, you are not the same age. Please do not touch her. Don't touch her. Please don't touch her. Please don't.
Really fucking awkward. The actual thing is much longer. I'll send you a link later if you care to see it. But basically the cops end up coming. You are not the same age, I know. What a bizarre thing to say. And all he did was like gently touch her wrist to hold up the flag. I mean, you can't see it, but I can tell by the way he's moving. He's not being aggressive. He's just like, like bringing her hand up and going. I agree, though. He shouldn't have touched her. I mean, that's not really cool. But I think the reaction was a little overboard. Well, I don't know what they are. I have no idea. She might be, but nonetheless, if that's the case, then she shouldn't have been allowed to approach him that close. The age argument was, and it wasn't like he was fucking jamming a finger up her coochie. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. Like, if he was fucking trying to, like, grape her. You know what I mean? He wasn't. He wasn't doing that. He was just like, so look, the flag. And he probably grabbed her sleeve or something, to lift the flag up and say, no. Yeah, he's not Trump. Exactly. But, so the cops end up coming. And get this. One of the cops actually starts taking the side of the Chinese a little bit. And he points it out, and when she realizes, because she keeps telling him, I need you to shut the camera off. I need you to shut the camera off. I want to talk to you. And he's like, no, I'm not shutting the camera off. Once she realized this was going to be on YouTube, she came back and was like, okay, and they ended up all talking, and the Chinese people went away, and everybody went away, and he stayed, and he continued playing. The next day, the piano was cordoned off with security around it, so nobody could play the piano. So he contacted Elton John and told him that the piano you donated is now, we can't play it because of the Chinese people and the cops and all that. I don't know what the reply was yet. She says something about her trip not being disclosed. Yeah. He was like, disco. That's fucked up. Yeah, I mean, that was a gift. And then he shows a video of Elton John signing the piano and saying, I donate this to the public or some such, and that's meant for everybody to play. Anybody who's there, that's something Elton John did. And Elton John is a knight. So technically, he's a lord or something. He's a big deal. Elton John is a big fucking deal. He might not be officially pureblood royalty, but he's as damn close as you're going to get to royalty as you can possibly get to. Ignore the command of a knight, you die. Exactly. So, I mean, and I know Elton John. Elton John's super left. He's not going to appreciate that. And it's funny, and like I said, it's funny because the guy who is the right is a right winger. That piano guy is a right winger. But again, I like his piano playing, and I don't, I'm not going to hold. He doesn't sit there and hold up Trump flags and all that. And I agree with him that he has a right to sit there and play piano and talk and film all he fucking wants, regardless of his that has nothing to do with it. But nonetheless, yeah. I'm glad you saw it. I'm sorry to bring that up. I was fucking dragging it. Now let me see what Levy pasted here. I think I have a dungeon. This woman is Evie, and she's giving a tour of her dungeon.
Hi everybody, this is Evie. Welcome back to my people that do different body.
I'm skipping through this.
Spread throughout the entire space. What is this, the jute rope?
She's got a really bad posture. She's got a really bad posture. She slumps over. No, I know. I'm skipping through it, but she's got a really bad posture. That's not going to go well for her in her old age. She's hunched over. That's not good. It's not like her tits are that big. She's just got bad posture. I don't think that's why people. I don't think this woman has any. Don't blame women. Don't blame her for your obvious dungeon-esque ways. She has scoliosis? Yeah. All right. Well, if it's scoliosis, then I'm sorry. That sucks. But if she's doing that, some people actually just that's how they hang, so to speak. But yeah, I remember in school they used to check for scoliosis. Do they still do that in school, I wonder? Remember that? They'd bring you into the thing, they'd take your shirt off, and then they'd rub you up and down with oil and take pictures. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that last part. No, they would bring you in the office, take your shirt off, and they would measure your back and have you lean over, and then you'll go straight. Not saying the girl has it, but my friend has it, and that's the type of yeah. I mean, I would never make fun of it. I'm just saying that's bad posture. What kind of fucked up school did you go to, damage? What do you mean? Fucked up school. We had free massages. We had naked day. It was great. We could do whatever we wanted there. We had to hide the teacup. You probably don't get that joke. Well, maybe you do. It was Family Guy. Hide the teacup. I think it was. Yeah, find the teacup in the bed sheet. This one.
If we only had a teacup, this would be like playing Find the Teacup in the bed sheet, like I do with my Aunt Sophia.
Anyway, I kind of wondered if the vid chick might be hunchback because especially does pup play with the kind of toys she was. Pup play? You mean furry stuff? Maybe. I guess that I don't know. I'd have to see what it was, how heavy it is. Nonetheless, she reminds me of Shirley from Laverne and Shirley for some reason. She has that same kind of like look. But don't know how you guys even know who that is. Kind of, it's more acting like a dog for sub-dom. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I mean, same thing, furry and just they're pretty similar. As Dorito's gonna grab some, you want Sandy eat? Of course, she wants the whole fucking bag. What are you kidding me? I got. Anyway, yeah. So, all right. Let me see this lady's dungeon. She's still like showing us her fucking sheets and wall sheets. I don't see a dungeon. I just see like a oh. That's her dungeon. It just looks like a bedroom. That's too cheery to be a dungeon. I'm sorry. That's not what I. Not a dungeon. That's like. It's like somebody's playroom. Like it's a woman cave. A woman. It's a kink room at best. Well, you know what? Any room can be a kink room. Alright. Is there a clock in this fucking game? How do I tell what time it is? Not to kink shame, but needles sound like a really odd kink. Well, I mean... I didn't watch it long enough to see any needles. What kind of needles? Like, the kind of needles they use in Chinese acupuncture? Or... like sewing needles or knitting needles or yeah, or fucking in syringe needles. What kind of needles are we talking about? They all are a little odd as a kink, but some are more odd than others. I feel. Maybe they shoot up. That's not really a kink. I mean, you know what? And I probably risk myself looking. There is actually a Pornhub section on people who shoot up. Oddly enough. She has needles like you can almost like sew through a person's skin, and they have blood. Oh my God, Evie, have I got something for you? There is an entire kink of women who sew their vagina up. Yes, they sew it up. They sew it closed, and I'll send you a link later. Okay. Not even curious, you know. Not even a little bit curious. Come on. Not remotely. You don't need that image. You don't need that image, Evie. Fuck that. That's entry point. Why slam it shut? It's a pain thing. It's a pain thing. I suppose you probably there's also another kink where they bisect the man's sausage and leave it like that, and then they put rings around it to close it back up, like big giant like rings. Yeah, it can get pretty weird. It can get pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's beyond what I get into. But when you're looking at sites, you see, I mean, when the internet first came out, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of like the guys were in the back. Oh, come look what I found, and they show you that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff. I thought my friend scratching out dongs and balls and nailing them to a board was bad. No, that's pretty tame, actually. That's almost like a hobby you can get your children into compared to that. But yeah, I think it's adorable that when people don't know that stuff exists on the net. For some reason, when I saw the pic she showed me of it, I thought of the string art where you wrap string around nails on the board, but way more painful. Yeah. Yeah, there's always something out there more different than you think. It sounds like it. Either that or you're a really good actress or actor. It's actor, right? They don't use the term actresses anymore. They say actor for everybody. Sometimes I forget. Oh, I hear shiny. I hear fucking shiny. There he is. Oh, it's a big fat shiny. Evie, get him. Oh, not Evie. Chase, get him. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this one. Come on, Chase. Chase is already down. Go, Evie. Evie's like, fuck. I don't want to fight this. Oh, we're not even touching him. Nice, Evie. Shock him again. Go, Evie, go. Well, I died before you did. Yeah. That was a very tough one. So remember last night I was saying that this game lets you spawn anywhere. So I've never been up here. So if you die and you have drop items when you're dead off like I do, you can teleport up here. And get a shortcut. Yeah. I'm going to do that now. Even though this whatever's up here is probably going to kill me. You drop your... No, you just don't know how to go set it. That's all that is. I still need a shiny. Oh, you still don't have a shiny? Title of the article I read earlier. Palworld shows Nintendo how to make a good Pokemon game. Wow. Somebody's antagonizing Nintendo on purpose. Hardcore, not hard care. I think that's one of those kinks you were talking about, Evie. Does it involve needles? It's like that typo for the Hadron collector, the hard-on collector. Damage, were you saying you actually believe me? I wasn't sure what you meant by the really good actress. I don't know what I meant. I was joking. What about you being innocent? No, I think you're innocent. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, you're always real with me, so I don't know if you're a good actress. You're a great voice actor. But when I say actress, I mean you're acting a way that you're not really. As far as I can tell, you're really who you are. Not watching porn. I'm not watching porn either. Thank you for letting me know that you're not watching porn. I guess I'll file that away under things I know now. How about you, Sylphie? Are you watching porn? Healthcare, I'd like hard care. Welcome today. Shut up. Now you're going to get a shot, but you don't dare cry. If you do, I'll stab you again. Yeah, I'll go for that. Wow, Sylphie. Wow, Sylphie. What the hell? Sylphie, that actually sounds like me streaming. What? Poor Chase got knocked the fuck out. That's what came to mind when a hardcore typo. Hardcore hard care. Feeling better? We don't really give a fuck. Get out, grab your shit, and don't come back. Hardcore hard care. Not covered by Medicaid. Uh-oh. Depresso. Okay, Evie. Now in the center, just don't kill me 500. What is this? This sulfur? Oh. It just looked like different, it looked like gold almost, didn't it? Oh well. Yeah, lighting definitely changed it up. I already have. So what have you been playing on the piano? New stuff? Stuff you already know? Practicing something to get better at it? Just playing whatever comes to your head? What are you doing? Oh, a Nox. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. God damn it. They're too weak. I heard if you catch the same, you get more XP. Yes, you do. You're right. You get 10 of them. Fucker doesn't have his jammies on, giving him 5, so back now. Nox is pretty, almost like a pretty purple, not as but bushy. Up to 10, yeah. So I'm hoping to find new stuff. But because you also get stuff if it's new. God damn it. Mostly improvising, transcribing the Final Fantasy VI airship song from the Dark World, then practicing random stuff like the R thing, variations on a theme by Chopin, or random improvs. I want to start recording soon. Yeah, we want to see another video. Or hear another video, whatever you want to do. Cam's gonna be on. Show us your fingers. Show us your fingers. It sounds like an Elden Ring kink now. Oops. Oh, look how he's wiggling around. That makes me sad. What is going on here? Do you know Salad Fingers? Fucked up cartoon. That sounds familiar. But I can't say for sure. That sounds familiar, though. If you're doing very calm, peaceful stuff that isn't copyright and you want me to use it in my videos, I can link your channel. Oh, that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of actually cool. Evie could run a little thing that says music by Sylphie. Having a nice soothing piano music in the background that won't get copywritten. That actually, yeah, that's a great idea, Evie. Good thinking. See, you get ideas and stuff. Well, I want to go over there. Can I make it over there without fucking dying? My vids are generally about 7 minutes, so if you do anything 7:30, I can use on most vids. I mean, nobody says you can't do a fade out and fade in. if it's shorter. Do a loop. Nobody's gonna care. Oh, look at new ones. Look how cute they are. Wow, they're tough. Ow. Get him, Evie. Or her, whatever. Get it. Come on. Yeah, I did it. That hurt a lot, though. Usually for me too, I have the same problem, Evie. I can help anybody's life, but I can't help my own. Don't know under which name I'll do my channel. Might go back to Mr. Keys. Still has some followers and just change it. That's a snappy name. I can do improv and go from there. Name change might be a good idea, Sylvie. Then you don't have to start from scratch. I haven't streamed in over 4 years and I still have like 200 followers. Exactly, less hurdles to conquer. Yeah. Do I need food? Yeah. Are you in my balls, Evie? Yeah, you're in my balls. Love that name, but now it just doesn't fit. I'll try to think of something neutral. Wow, there's a big fat syndicate crusher. I'd like to capture him. But yeah, he's too big right now.
Quote 378. Are you in my balls, Evie? Yeah, you're in my balls.
No, Evie!
Palworld, January 25th, 2024.
Evie, what the fuck? There's a good name. Big fat syndicate crusher playing for your pleasure. I dare you. You're welcome. Thank you, Evie. Pleasure spell? No, that's fine. Pleasure's right. Right? That's correct. Master keys. Hey, no name. Miss me? Yeah. Oh. Yes. How are you, no name? I know. I'm post asking. You don't have to answer again. Me good, you good, I'm good, you good. Yes, I'm okay. I'm not going over there because I'm just gonna die because my armor's already damaged. I'm already fucked up because Evie couldn't protect me well enough. I was probably slacking off somewhere. You're at the base, so I don't know what you're doing. It hasn't complained about you recently, so I presume you're working. Base stuff at the base? Exactly. So, No Name, I don't suppose you saw that video of the guy playing piano. Oh, look at this one. I want that. Way too powerful, though, but I want him. I'm going to mark this on the map. Yeah, he'll fuck my day up. But I want him. I have him marked. I'm going to come get him someday. Look how badass that is. I am 19, I think. Yeah, I think I'm 19. Yeah, 19. Yeah, oh, I'll definitely die. I just died to a level 10 fucking thing that came out of the water. This thing will fucking, like, fuck me up for the next year.
What?
I mean, it won't even be, like, close. Like, I won't even put a dent in him. I marked him. I'll come back for him. Assuming I still want to play this game that far. Whoa. That was weird. The lighting got all dark all of a sudden. What is going on? You're going to leave me in the dust damage. The next Yuzuka game's just dropped and probably going to take me the next month to beat. Are you excited about it? Look, they're bugged out. I haven't played any Yakuza games, but I hear they're great. So you are excited about it. Gigasphere. Nice. The hardest thing to get, and there's so many games. The hardest thing to get into. Yeah. There's too many games and not enough time. Dun, dun, dun. Come here, Evie. Enough. What is that sound? Do you guys hear that? What is that? Game is so well made that's their natural habitat group behavior, just like nature. Yeah. I like to play the whole series when I can, so I get that. Only reason why I caught up is because I just played 5 back to back in the pandemic. So it made catching up easier. Now it would be too many hours. Just as long as you enjoy yourself, my friend. I think that's too far away. I think I'm going to regret this. This is my hype equivalent to people hyped for GTA 6. Well, good. I'm glad. At least you can get hyped about something. Some point it gets to the in life where you just don't get hyped about anything. Oh, it's very hot here. And I'm taking damage. Okay. Still, oh, thank you, No Name. Brothers of the what? Brothers of the Pyre Martyr. Okay, those guys are probably bad guys, right? I think I see a pal, whatever the fuck those are. I'm gonna go get it. Temperature gauge is straight out of the Breath of the Wild. Is it really? Wow. They just, everything from Nintendo, huh? Carbon copy. Same with the glider. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Because I've seen the glider before. I've watched people stream it, and I've seen the glider. You're right. We were discussing that earlier, No Name, about the articles about this game, Palworld, and how Nintendo made an official statement about it, saying that they're keeping an eye on it, and it was funny because first Nintendo does their veiled threat thing, where they sound like Doctor Doom getting ready to destroy their fucking enemy, and then at the end they finish it with, because we want to bring everybody together in unity. And everyone just laughed at that because it's like, no, that has nothing to do with unity, you fucking liars. Forgot about the glider, but by now other games have added a sort of glider function again. Yeah, I mean, Dauntless has a glider. The first glider you get in Dauntless is kind of like that, but it's not that. It's kind of like it. It's fine. People crying when Genshin came out because it looked like Zelda. That's true. That is true. I do remember that. I played Genshin for a while. Maybe 10 hours or so. And then I the gacha. I just don't like the gacha. Like, I like the idea of opening things up and getting new things. But I don't like the idea that you have to put money. You know what I mean? I don't like that. And I know you can get them gotcha stuff for free, but it takes forever. And I still feel that the chances for getting a good item is somehow tied to if it's real money or not. Gotcha sucks. Its gambling market is kids really very shady. And it does that thing where it kind of obfuscates the money. You know, you buy a thing, which buys another thing, and then that thing, you use it. So you can never really know exactly what you're paying. You know, there's games like Nexomon. I never heard of Nexomon, which almost same. I like the word. Nexomon sounds like a fun word. If that was the case, the Dragon Quest dudes could use Super Nintendo because they made the creatures things first. Yeah. Gotcha sucks scamming market kids. Nobody knows how much you. Yeah, they obfuscate it. You know, like that's one of the things I like about Guild Wars 2. You pay $5, you get 500 gems, and you know that if you pay 200 gems for something, you pay $2. Period. I mean, it's still, you know, it's still behind a thing, but it's only behind one. Digimon 2, never played Digimon. I know Digimon. I never heard of Nexamon. Digimon, I definitely heard of. Digimon slaps, does it? Longest game lately. I have no attention span. Need speedy games. I understand that. I played Hearthstone for a while because it was speedy, but then that became a whole thing about you have to have the latest deck. And I didn't like the mandatory quests that you had to do in order to get it. Need for Speed is speed. No, it's not. I don't know where you heard that shit from. Okay, I think I kind of painted myself into a corner here. There's no way I'm going to make it over there, but I'm going to try. If it's in the name, it can't. No, it can't. It's like when you call a big fat guy tiny. Or slim, yes. Oh, crap. I was hoping there was going to be a base here. There isn't. So I'm going to die. Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted. Mafia handles for the win? Yeah. No, unfortunately, not that I know of. There might be something in the game later that you get that gives you oxygen or something. I don't know. But obviously, the thing to do is to build up your stamina. You know what I mean? That's what I should be. Leveling up, hitting stamina. World, I know, no name. You can also do that. You can modify the world and stop it. I'm trying to play it in the way that developers envisioned it. I want to make Nintendo happy. I mean, whatever company that made this happy. Not funny. I know you coughed, but I know what you were trying to do. Nintendo. No, oh, yeah. Which... See, Sylphie knows what's up, damn it. Well, Sylphie's smarter than I am. All right? Thank you for reminding me of that fact that everybody is smarter than me. I coughed and accidentally typed a well-thought-out sentence related to what you were asking. I'll have Sylphie explain it to me later. Let's see, not the dumbass that deletes your desktop because that check. Yeah. It was actually her. It was a she. Oh, no, it was a he. Never mind. You're right. It was a he. I thought you meant the person it happened to. Yeah, the person who did it was a he. A he from California. And that's the other thing. So this VP, so like I try to tell them that they could, if they bought the program instead of renting it, and I did the math. So the program is about 10 grand. Okay? But everybody in the office can use it. It's not 10 grand per person, it's 10 grand. They could take that, they could rent a VPS from Amazon, put it on there, and then they could use instance VPSs, which basically means they're session instances, which means that you only pay when they're running. So what they're doing now is they're paying for it all the time, and they don't have any scalability. So what they pay for and they get, that's what they keep, and it's shared. Which is fine if it's shared, but it has to be really like a scalable system. So Amazon AWS has its problems, but it scales on that kind of size. It scales really well. Yeah, so I did the math. So initially, it would cost them more to do it my way. Okay? Right, but it would pay for itself down the road, because the instances would be way cheaper for one. For two, they would be way faster. So this is the remote that I did today. It wasn't just me remoting from my house to their office, which is roughly 20 minutes away by car, which isn't that far. Then she had to remote into a server in California. So I'm working remotely on her shitty connection, because they have a shitty connection. And then dealing with another shitty connection from her office to there, because I'm double remoting. And I figured out what the shitty connection was for. It was the OneDrive stuff on the other girls' desktop. They were all uploading to fucking OneDrive. All at the same time on this already shitty fucking internet that they have. So the whole time was like me clicking 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000. Menu comes up. Clicking on the thing I need. 1,000, 2, 1,000. Yes, arg, painful's damn right. And then for spurts, it would work fine. For a few minutes, it would work normally. And then it would go back to doing that shit again. You make a good point, Damage. I have no idea what's going on. It's fine. Just agreeing with me is the right thing. It was a story I told at the beginning, No Name. It was a long story. So I don't really want to get into it again. But, yeah. It was a day. My sister worked remotely during COVID. Her connection to the company servers was slow as shit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, remember I had mentioned earlier, Sylphie, that... So this company, I don't know if... You know what remote desktop is? The one that's built in the Windows? Originally, that's what they were using before. Remember I told you they got hacked and they leaked a bunch of customer data because they were using remote desktop open to the internet. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but there are automated worms that are going across the internet that look for connections like that and take them over and take over the device. So that's what happened. And I was like, are you kidding me? They were using remote desktop facing the internet. Are you fucking crazy? So now they're not doing that. You know what they're using? The OpenVPN client that I use. Now, they didn't I'm not saying they copied me, but they just now are using that when that's what I use. You know. Unless the person has a Sonic Wall, then I'll use the Sonic Wall thing, but otherwise I just use OpenVPN. It's now I've been using, actually I take that back. Now I'm using Wire, what the hell is it called? Hold on. WireGuard. So now I'm switching to WireGuard where I can. No, WireGuard. Did they get ransomware? Not that I know of. The data was just somebody broke in and took a bunch of QuickBook files. Yeah, the QuickBook files are password protected, but they're proprietary. So QuickBook files open in QuickBooks, but this UltraTax software does something to them, and I don't know what it does because it's proprietary. So it does something to them, and for all I know, first of all, QuickBooks encryption on files is probably not great anyway. I'm pretty sure you could go download something for $30 that will open a QuickBooks file passworded. I don't know. There used to be that. I don't know if it still happens. But for all we know, this company's format could be just plain text. I don't know. I don't know anything about it other than it's overpriced and it's old. The fucking UI, Sylphie, comes right out of 1998. It looks like one of those gray, the gray background websites with the stupid patterns on them. That's what their software looks like. It's so terrible. All the fonts are, either the fonts are fucking tiny or they're fucking huge. It's like, what the fuck was somebody thinking about when they made this fucking thing? Oh. But she's like, no, it's great, though. It's a great piece of... I mean, I have to take her word for it. She's an accountant. She knows what she's talking about. She says it's a great piece of software, but I'm looking at it, and I'm like... and like I said, I don't like QuickBooks. I have nothing good to say about QuickBooks other than at least when you look at it, it doesn't hurt your eyes. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it, and I'm like, okay, this is what an accountant software should look like. It may be slow, bloated piece of shit, overpriced, but this is, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, it doesn't hurt to look at it. And I don't know. I know looks don't mean everything, but this thing is just terrible. But whatever. I don't care. They want to pay me to fix it over and over and over again. I'll fucking charge them to fix it over and over and over again. Oh, you're stuck, aren't you? Come here, little buddy. There you go. You're welcome. I studied as a programmer. I can tell you people write all sorts of bad software and they still... Yeah. No, I get it. There was a piece of software one of my old clients used, and it was literally made in somebody's garage. The guy who made it, it says on there, you know, made in my garage. It literally says made in my garage. And the guy still uses this software. And it's for what it does. It's like a ledger. It's like a really super simple ledger for a small business. It works really well, and it's very robust. But it's ugly. I mean, it's like somebody made it in their fucking garage, and it shows. Remind me when I was a student and they set up shared desktop files between the classroom PC. Someone kept deleting everyone's... Yeah, because somebody didn't know how to set up permissions. What they probably did, and I see this a lot, is they'll make a shared folder and one user. And they'll replicate the same user across every PC with the same password, and they'll just connect to it all at once. But you can only do that with Windows Server. I've seen clients try to do that with, instead of a Windows Server, it's just like a regular Windows PC, and they'll try to use it as a server. Those won't allow it. Those will see that there's already a user on there, and it'll boot them off. Well, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, that's usually what they do. I just backed up my work in USB because it turns out, yeah. I mean, honestly, I've done worse. I used to love going into Circuit City and hacking I use the term hacking very loosely. Getting in all their computers and making them lock up and do stupid shit like that, or change the wallpaper to a big dick, that kind of stuff. I worked for tech support for government software. Was full of bugs, written by an overpaid programmer in Ottawa. Like, the dude was making $200K a year. Software was so full of bugs. First week of programmer says, I saw how bad of a job he did. And I bet you that software was the only software that did what the government wanted it to do. And that's what it is. If you make something that's very niche, and you get, especially a government entity, to use it for a time period, they're hooked on it. It doesn't matter how shitty it is. They'll use it. Well, no, yeah, that's the way it is. That's the government, They're like, oh, fuck it. It works good enough. It's too much problems to move it, and it's their project. It's how it is. Yeah, I mean... I found out last month that there are still need for people who program COBOL. There is a YouTube video that I caught in my thing, and it was a lady who was saying why I'm giving up my job. And I looked, and that's what she does. She writes and updates software for people who still use COBOL systems. Yeah, but I was surprised because... To me, when I hear COBOL, I think of war game. I think of like the era of war games, the movie. Yeah, and I never really considered, like, I don't know. I've never done any work for anyone that uses COBOL. Okay, but I am not a formally trained computer guy. Like Chase is formally trained. It sounds like you're formally trained. I am not formally trained, so I never worked in an atmosphere like that. The closest thing I've worked in an atmosphere like that was a Novell NetWare, a place that used Novell NetWare. That was the closest thing I came to anything that was even remotely close to anything that would come near COBOL. It was. I mean, I looked through her channel and it looked like it was a bunch of. It was pre-existing software, so she wasn't writing software from the beginning. She was updating the stuff they already had, and she had said that she was learning. She learned COBOL while she got this job, so she basically faked it until she made it with this job. And then now she's like an expert at COBOL, but it's all updating and migrating and the data. And so apparently she's quitting the job because they're migrating to a C+ system or something. So it take them this long to do it. She didn't mention what company, what they did. She didn't do any of that. So I don't know what they did or why they were using it. Yes, keep it up to date. Yeah, that's a real job. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. I was like, wow, C++, you know very well. Yeah, fuck, if I knew C++, I would probably be better off. But that's what Chase uses, C#. I think he likes C#, if I remember correctly. Which, you know, obviously is just a different C++ kind of thing. I think C# is a Microsoft thing. I don't know, but he uses a lot of that. I remember there was a phase where he was using Ruby on Rails and PHP, and now he fucking talks shit about it. He grew up, I guess. I don't know. He gets mad because I like Python. But I think Python's great. And I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I know enough Python to get me in trouble. But I do know it. And it's funny because I used to be into something called Tickle, TCL Tickle, TCL/TK. It was I'm sure I told this story before. I used to hang out with there used to be an IRC client called Seventh Sphere, and it was like an IRC client that had a bunch of attacks in it, and it spawned off another quote unquote company called Warforge, and I worked for them for a while, and by working we didn't get paid or anything, we just did it for fun. And I made something called X Crush, and it was in TCL TK. It was so cringe. Yeah, it was so cringe. And it was still when I was called Malicious Damage, where every letter was uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase. I learned basic VB, PHP, Oracle database, C++, Objective, Java. Yeah, everybody learns Java. I think for a time, Java was what they always started people with because it gets you an object-oriented language easier. But I hear that's changed. But really, once you learn a language, it's quicker to learn a new language. You know, for sure. And like I said, that's why I know Java was a big one that they taught in school because of the object-oriented stuff. Let's see. Yep, no pointers. If I remember, C++ powerful. You have to deal with pointers. Objective-C is used in all the garbage app products. Me only knowing how to use command prompt and PowerShell. Just you know more than a lot of people I know. No name. Most people don't even know what a PowerShell is. You would be surprised. Why are you guys dropping shit all over the floor? I use PowerShell a lot. I like the multi-terminal that Windows has added. So you can have PowerShell in one, Ubuntu shell in the other. I like that. I really fucking love that they did that. It's one of my favorite things in Windows. You can actually run Linux stuff in Windows. It's about without having to like go through hurdles. I remember once upon a time, in order to do something like that, you'd have to install something called Cygwin, and it was so broken. The pain in the ass to set up, all that shit. You remember Cygwin? Yeah. Yeah, that was fun days. Fun days. Where's my freezer boy? Get back to freezing. Come here. Freeze. I don't want plantation. Oh, I guess this is too close? Yeah, it thinks I'm trying to assign it to the plantation. I'm not. Huh. Me back in 2000 setting up DOSBox for PC games. Nothing wrong with that. They removed the command prompt for a few versions of Windows, if I recall right. Yeah. They're really trying to get rid of fucking DOS. They were trying to hide their shame. DOSBox is where it's at. I still play on there. I was playing on Scum VM a lot. I love Scum games. Yeah, I guess yours isn't using it either. Well, that's fantastic. Let's try moving this fridge. Let's try moving it somewhere. You even got the boss version and the food expired? Fuckers. Yeah, maybe the pal needs a speech from Happy Gilmore. That's your home. You too good for your home? Suck my white ass, Pally. I'll keep that in mind. Oh, now you're over here. Come here. Get on there. All right. He's on there for now anyway. Pancakes just as useless. Last night I got a giant fireboy. This one. A shiny fox sparks. Isn't he pretty? And was. I almost had a big shiny today, but he fucked my day up. I got this thing. I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be. It's like some kind of big fucking. You remember the commercial for that bathroom spray? You sprayed it, and Mr. Bubbles, and the bubbles would ride around on their bathtub cleaning your bubbles. That's what this reminds me of, Sweepa. No, not Pringles. The bubbles, the cleaning bubbles. These things. Do they even have pictures of that stuff? They call them scrubbing bubbles. Am I too old? This stuff doesn't even come on the fucking internet. It's not even on the internet. Come on, scrubbing bubbles. God damn it. It's this stuff here. This thing on top. The scrubbing bubbles. But in my days, it had a commercial. You know the one, yes. That reminds me of this. Sweepa. And I don't want to bring them out because everybody's asleep and I don't feel like going through the whole swapping it out. But he looks like a giant scrubbing bubble. And that's my story for tonight. So I don't. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, they were. I remember them. Yeah, they were. They're like forever ago. Scrubbing bubbles. Nope. No, I want Pringles. I can't have any. All right. Go for one more expedition. Somewhere around here is a place where there's 8 ores and 8 something else's all lined up in one little area. They say it's a great farm. All right, time for bed. Thanks for streaming. Good night, Sophie. Thank you for hanging out. Take care. Have a good day tomorrow and all that. What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm gonna die. Whew. Okay, this seems a little more sane. I am tempted on going into the settings and disabling the hunger thing, though. That's getting a little annoying. Uh-oh, I think I might have fucked up.
Yeah.
Come on, Evie. Alright, that was a bad idea. Careful, if you play online, there's a lot of reports of lost save files. I'm not playing online. But thanks for the warning. Are you still doing the thing? No, he's still doing his thing. I need to do whatever I need to do to be able to make health potions. But none of these do that. Just a heads up. Check to see if you saw that pop up. Thank you for the heads up. Can you sleep together? Gain health back? Is that a thing? It is. It's a little faster. Ugh. Ugh, fuck. I had a fucking weird fucking dream last night. I had a dream that I was blind, kind of. Like, I still had an image that I could see. It was like stuck in my brain, and I couldn't, when I turned, you know how like when you look at something, a wall, and you turn your head and you expect everything to move because you turned your head? I would turn my head and nothing would move. So it was like I was blind, but I could see the very last image I saw before I went blind. It was really fucking bizarre, and I remember having to make my way out into the living room and tell my mom that I'm blind and I can't see, but I could still see the last, which happened to be a towel in the bathroom. Yeah, so I was basically the last image that I could see, and it was clear. It was just like my eyes were wide open and I was looking at it. But no matter which way I turned my head or open and close my eyes, that image didn't move. It didn't change. So it was like my eyes froze and didn't work anymore. It was really bizarre. And then at some point, I realized it was a dream. And I kept saying, okay, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then I woke up. And then I was fine. Really bizarre. I just dreamed that I'm getting workers. You're not dreaming.
What?
I hate to tell you, don't aim, but that's not a dream. Oh, look, there's a cave back here. It's free overtime. Yeah. Fuddler? What the fuck is a fuddler? Oh, don't. I apparently already have one. I know. Yeah, I saw fuck. I call him fuck. I think it's funnier. I have one or two. Oh, cool. It did the lightning thing. I gave Chase Lightning a lightning spell last night. That's the first time I've seen him use it. Because he's got a special thing called capacitor. So he didn't have a shock spell, so I figured what's the point of him having something called capacitor, which I think gives him like 130% extra electricity damage. So I gave him that. So it should be pretty powerful. Fucking lightning is so badass. Was that it? Where I came from, or is that where I need to go? Really wish there was arrows or something leading you. No, I feel like I'm going back the way I came, and maybe? Oh no. Maybe? Oh, okay, there's more stuff here. Get him, Chase. He just...
Aw, so damn
Aw,
cute.
so
Oh,
damn-
you're so soft. You're so
so
soft, you
soft.
white little fluffy piece of shit. Oh, you fucking fuck
fuckface.
face.
The hell was that? Hello, Evie. Welcome back. Look, that's the lightning spell I gave him. That's so badass. Oh, fuck me. There really needs to be an easy way to find the boss. This seems like it might be it up here. It is. I think this is the boss. Yeah, this is the boss. I noticed some dungeons are copy paste. Oh yeah, for sure. I can always tell the last segment of the boss. Now I learned from Evie that you can't capture these fucking bosses. I did not know that. Stop moving. God damn it. I hate that because I'm never too sure if that's going to be too... There has to be a way to... They need to make it to where you can have a non-lethal weapon. Dinosaur. I have a dinosaur, I think. Maybe I don't. Pendant of Diligence. What does that do? An accessory that slightly raises work speed. Oh, big fucking deal. This dungeon was behind the starting place. So this dungeon was back behind where you start. In case you're interested in capturing that dino thing, which is only level 11. But I could have had him. I could have had him if I didn't kill him. I think they're random bosses because one time I got lost when I went against something else. Was it really? So I wonder how long before they spawn. Overnight, probably. Sleep and then come back. Or maybe they're like the chests. The chests aren't always predictable, but they eventually spawn back. I guess it's good to know, though. Good to know. I got one shot and right away a different boss. Interesting. Huh. So was that episode 8 the season finale of Reacher? Or not? Yes, god damn it. It sucks. What am I gonna watch now? This 3's in the works. It did seem very short, didn't it? I hope the boys next season isn't short like that. Oh my god, I need to see that. I gotta put that on my to-do list. I really enjoyed the shit out of that show. Oh. All kinds of goodies over here. What is this place? Oh, this looks like it leads up to where I start, right? That's what this is. Yep, I was right. Home again. I like to be here when I can. When I come home. Oh, precious dragonstone. Wow. Fancy. Are you still being a good boy, guarding my freezer? All right, epic stream, gotta go. Only have 3 per. Good night, no name. Take care. It's okay. I'm out of here anyway in a minute. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Thank you for your support. Oh, due to neglect. Oh, something's going on with fuckface. Poor thing. What happened to you? Yeah, extremely unhealthy neglect. I don't. These fox sparks are very buggy. They're the only ones I've been having trouble with. Let me go to sleep. Let me see if that helps. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Nope, he's still extremely unhealthy due to neglect. Let me go pet him or something. Well, he's eating. Think. Oh, he's chowing. All right, he's not hungry anymore. He got 0 sand. Like he's got nothing left in him. Come on, stop eating. Stop eating so I can menu you. Thank you. All right, that's the best I can do for now. Let's see if he improves tomorrow. Anyway, everybody, good night. Thank you. Thank you, Evie. Thank you, No Name. Thank you, Sylphie. Thank you, Lurkers. Have a good night. Thanks again for the subscription, Evie. You're the best. Take care. Bye. I'll send you that link to that that thing with